Okay, so this is just a quick video to demonstrate our ElmsLN deployment at the moment. It's mainly to showcase our sending of XAPI statements from our distribution to Learning Locker, which is an LRS, a learning record store. So if I log in as an administrator, I've got my administration settings at the top. So we've got our own custom setup here, Learning Locker and manual statement. So here you can fill in the data. So if I just put myself as a student, then there's a list of predefined verbs, and we'll fill these out a few more later from the Tincan API registry. But for the moment I'll put past. And then the activity ID should be something that the URL of an activity in your course outline. So I might very quickly pick up a URL for myself. So say you've got an activity on that URL. Put that into there. Give it a name. So attach it to a course, and then you can preview that before you send it out. Okay, so that tells you it's successfully sent. If I come up here, I'll go into our Learning Locker area and click on Statements. You can see that's gone in there, this student, and if I click on the link, it'll take you to that area of the course, just so you know what activity. So sending manual statements, it's good for testing, but it's also good for tracking if someone's gone to a workshop or anything else manually that's not done automatically on the computer. So what we're also doing is taking H5P learning activities from here and building them in the media distribution of ElmsLN. So we've only got one example in here at the moment called Mark the Words. So this is all here, but we're taking the embed code from here, copying that into a page. So at the moment we've got a quiz setup, and that's in here. So if I fill this out, and check that. Okay, so that should say that I've passed this activity because I got 7 out of 7 points. So if I go back into statements, that's picked me up again as a different user this time. I think that's just confusing a student user with my admin user accounts, but that shouldn't happen in real time. So that's picking up the activity title as the title of the page up here. But this way you can track the activities that your students are doing. It's also got a lot of other useful information that's all built into the statement itself. So what we also have for each student is a achievements area. So achievements is our how we're building our open badges in our deployment. So here there's one badge that we've got set up at the moment. It's an introduction to pharmacy. We are setting that up like so. So here's the badge. You have an unlocked image and a locked image, descriptions, and all the data that you need for it to be then exportable to a Mozilla Open Badge backpack, if you would like it to. But what we also have in the edit section is the opportunity to associate XAPI statements with a particular badge. So then it will search for the activity ID in Learning Locker, search for the verb, and if it recognizes that for a student, then it will award the badge based on this criteria down here. So what you can do is fill out this more than one X API statement, so you can put more than one in here, and either all of them need to be shown in Learning Locker, so the student has to complete all the activities to award the badge, or you can also choose whether only 3 of the statements are required, or 4, or how many you want to. That all goes in there. You associate a badge with a course down here, so this will pick out all the courses you've got on the system. We've got quite a few. So I'll just try to demonstrate briefly how we're achieving the scanning of Learning Locker for this criteria. I can't demonstrate this properly at the moment, as this is all set up in our staging server, but the functionality is in our test server at the moment. But what it's doing is taking this, when you save the badge, it'll take the criteria here, build a report using the reporting functionality of Learning Locker, which comes in here. So this is searching for activities that are completed, and this particular activity here. It will then export that report back into ElmsLN, and ElmsLN will judge from those statements that come in who should be awarded this badge or not.